2 minutes.
Good morning, Taoiseach. Last night, over 700 people packed into the Tower Hotel in Waterford to demand withdrawal of your household and related taxes. The local media will confirm the details, as they will for the 400 in Carlow on Monday night, and similar meetings from Wexford to Donegal on other nights. But last night, a very dignified pensioner asked me at the meeting if it was true that Taoiseach Enda Kenny had one time condemned tax on the home as wrong. And I said that I would have the opportunity to ask you directly this morning. So, Taoiseach, do you recognise this?
You won't be laughing when people won't pay.
Do you recognise this quote? It is morally unjust and unfair to tax a person's home, and by so doing, grind him into the ground. It reminds me of a vampire tax,
You should be ashamed of yourself, the Labour Party.
in that it drives a stake through the heart of home ownership, through enthusiasm and initiative,
Order.
and sucks the lifeblood of people who want to own their own home and better their position. Was the Deputy Enda Kenny who said that in this stall on February?
Order, please.
You'll get your answer next
Please.
week. There'll be about 10 of you left over there.
Look, please.
10 of you. Like the
Deputy
PDs.
Step.
Go like the PDs. And rightly so. Rightly so. And the
Please,
Greens.
deputies. Deputy Higgins. Please. Come, order,
You
please.
want to hear the truth. You're not listening to people.
We want order, please. Deputy Higgins.
Last count call.
Please. Deputy Durkin, please. Deputy Durkin. Please. No, Deputy Higgins.
Yes, I have a related question
Please,
for
through
you
the chair.
people later.
Through the chair, Deputy. Please. No. Deputy Stagg, please.
Last
Deputy
count call.
Stagg. No, Deputy.
Taoiseach was the Deputy Enda Kenny who said that in Dáil Éireann on February the 2nd, 1994, the same Deputy Kenny who is now Prime Minister ramming household taxes and related through. Our Fine Gael deputies bringing to your attention the growing anger of ordinary people right around this country, that after 3.5 years of having the salvaging of the European financial market system placed on their shoulders, you are now placing further burdens on them that they know will be €1,000 and beyond in home tax, septic tank taxes, water levies, if they do not stop you.
Thank you, Deputy.
Do you not see, Taoiseach, that the ordinary people understand, even if condescending political pundits and the editorial writers in the billionaire press do not understand?
Please.
That apart
Order, please.
ordinary people understand that apart from not being able to bear any more burdens themselves, your austerity and the Troika's austerity is bleeding our society and economy dry.
Deputy.
And that the mass boycott,
Question, please.
which the household and other new taxes are now facing, is a demand for a fundamental change in policy.
Deputy, you're over time, Deputy, now, please.
Taoiseach, the boycott and the mass non-registration and mass refusal to pay these taxes that you will face by St. Patrick's Day is the ordinary people's self-made referendum on your austerity policy of bleeding them for the bailout.
Deputy.
And lastly, can I ask you this, Taoiseach,
Deputy Durkin, please.
if the Fine Gael,
Deputy Durkin. Please
if the
conclude,
Fine
Deputy.
Gael deputies are not bringing this to your attention, are the Labour deputies reminding you of the very expensive ads in the national newspapers during the election campaign? Fine Gael, every little hurts. and outlining the burdens that they object to that are less even than the household tax.
Thank you, Deputy.
Are they bringing this to your attention?
Deputy,
and can I ask you,
no, sorry, Deputy,
if they
please.
are all out of touch,
Deputy.
if they are all out of touch,
Deputy,
do
you're
you
over
understand that you now face a mass movement of opposition?
Deputy,
you have an opposition. You have an opportunity to change course.
Taoiseach,
you must do that.
I call the Taoiseach, please. Could we have order, please, now, please? Respect the person who's speaking. On Taoiseach.
Well, I'm glad to see that Deputy Higgins goes back over the records and takes quotations as he finds them for use on occasions like this. We had you and your work rate yesterday now, and your record of productivity is quite enormous. You probably organised more protest marches than anybody else in this House with a combined service. Now, Deputy Higgins, I'd like to say to you, you seem to have a philosophy that nobody should do anything or pay for anything in this country. Every socialist party in Europe, with the exception of yourself as the leader of whatever group you have over there, wants and are agreeable to some form of property tax. Some form of property tax. Every socialist party in Europe, with the exception of your good self. When I joined the local authority many years ago, people paid rates, they paid water, they paid refuse. All of these things went their own way because of political considerations. The vampire that you speak of was reckless government that sucked the lifeblood out of the Irish economy and leaves us in a very different position than we've ever been before, and that's got to be restored. Now, Deputy, this household charge is €100. 72,000 people have already registered for this payment. I thought that the Tower Hotel held 500 and not 700. Must have been 200 in the keys. And I wonder how many of your people were down. I wonder how many of your people were in Dundrum House the other night to hear the Minister for the Environment deal effectively with the septic tank issue raised so effectively by my friend over here. I'd also like to say to you, Deputy Higgins, clearly there are exemptions built into this process here. Properties that are part of a trading stock of a business don't need to declare. Local authority properties used for social housing, or voluntary or cooperative properties, or properties that are owned by charities, where commercial rates apply, and where a person is forced to face home due to long-term mental or physical infirmity, elderly people that have moved into a nursing home. These are all thousands of exemptions that apply here. And as you're aware, the €2 per week goes to provide essential services like footpaths and lighting and libraries and other facilities. Surely even you, in your capacity as leader of the socialist group over there, understand that there is nothing free in this world anymore.
Thank you,
and that somebody's being asked to make a contribution here. There's no increase in income tax. 330,000 were taken out of the universal social charge. 40,000 had their minimum wage restored to them. And what the government are focusing on is not austerity, sorting out our public finances and providing every opportunity for one job or 1,000 jobs to be created. And I hope you support that.
Thank you, Taoiseach. Deputy Higgins. 1 minute, Deputy. Order, please.
You tell the 500,000 people out there that are in the enforced idleness of the dole and those who are having their living standards savaged that you are not enforcing austerity. Get real, Taoiseach. You say that we say that we don't want people to pay anything for anything for anything.
Please.
On the contrary, Taoiseach, it is the big bulk of the ordinary 4.5 million people in this state who are paying for everything, including not only our services here, but the bailouts of the vulture financial institutions and the European financial markets and their bad gambles. That's what we are paying for, and that's what we object to. And you say every socialist party, I have news for you, the Social Democratic and Labour parties all over Europe have long since joined the capitalist establishment. They don't speak for the working class anymore. Now, Taoiseach,
please, order. Order, please. Please, Deputy. Please.
Taoiseach.
Order. Deputy Buttenberg, please. No, Deputy Higgins. Please. Sorry. Order, please. Deputy Higgins. Question, please.
Taoiseach, can I ask you if
Question.
you do not... Taoiseach.
Deputy Stagg, please. Let this...
Can I ask you
Leader's question.
to see that there are alternatives? For example, on the septic tank issue, a public investment remediation scheme putting similar amounts of public funds as went into the urban areas to take our sewage away, going into the rural areas, would not only resolve the problem but create thousands of jobs for construction workers, drainage engineers and others, and begin to regenerate the economy that austerity,
Deputy, you're raising a different topic. Deputy,
and the gamblers have
Deputy,
wrecked.
you're over time.
That's
Deputy
a
Higgins.
simple alternative.
Deputy
on
Higgins,
that
you're over time.
particular
Please
issue.
conclude. A question, please.
Can I ask you to understand as well?
No, no, there's no point of order. Sit, sit. Not take, no. There's no point of order. Resume your seat. Just resume your seat, Deputy. I'll talk to you in a moment. You sit. You resume your seat. Resume your seat, please. Deputy, resume your seat. Please resume your seat. I'm not taking a point of order, Deputy. Deputy Higgins. Deputy Higgins. No, I'm not taking.
It's unfair the way he
I'm asking Deputy Higgins to conclude. I'm asking Deputy Higgins to conclude.
The Taoiseach wasn't interrupted.
Okay. Okay. Deputy Higgins, please, without interruption. A question, please. And you're over time, Deputy.
Well, is it any wonder, Last Concall, in fairness, and since some of these deputies have had their training in the Ballymacash District Council, obviously, judging by their behaviour this morning.
Just question. Please, order. Deputy,
Taoiseach, can I ask you to understand also,
please,
Deputy, understand also that as an alternative to further crushing burdens on working people and poor people, you can have a progressive wealth taxation on the top the wealthiest 5%, for example, which at 1% would bring in $2 billion a year. Why do you not look there instead of further burdens on our people?
Thank you, Deputy.
Lastly, you mentioned Vita Cortex earlier. Isn't it disgraceful?
That's another issue.
Isn't it disgraceful,
Deputy,
that your government provides maximum fines?
Deputy, please resume your seat.
Isn't it disgraceful?
Last please. No,
if
please,
the
Deputy.
baying mob keeps going, I can't finish my question.
You have to finish
it's very
now.
simple.
You have to finish. Your way.
I must be allowed
Deputy,
to put my question.
Deputy.
The Taoiseach must be allowed to
Deputy,
answer.
sorry, no, Deputy.
And maybe
please, Deputy. Deputy, you'll resume your seat, Deputy. Now, I just want to explain. There's 1 minute for a supplementary. 1 minute from the Taoiseach. Now, please conclude. You're way over time. Come on. Now, finish up, please.
Okay.
Now, Deputy, please finish now.
Right, let me round off so.
Finish up.
Taoiseach, do you not think it is a disgrace that your government is providing maximum fines of €2,500 and €5,000 for decent people who are objecting to your taxes, when the Vita Cortex multi-millionaires can walk away, leaving workers in massive distress with not a single sanction?
Thank you, Deputy.
You better listen to what the people are saying, or your government will flounder on this. And that will be clear in 7 weeks' time.
Thank you very much.
5 or 6% of the wealthiest.
Deputy, please resume your seat. Deputy. Taoiseach. There's no, I'm sorry. Deputy, I'm sorry. I'm calling the Taoiseach. I'm not taking point of order. Leader's questions. No, please resume your seat. Please, Deputy. The Taoiseach has only 1 minute. Deputy. The leaders. No, please. Taoiseach, please. Oh, thanks, Deputy. And Taoiseach.
I think everybody understands the difficulties and the challenges that many people face in this country today. Those under pressure with distressed mortgages, negative equity, bills of a personal debt nature or whatever. This is a very challenging time for everybody, and I understand because people come to me on a regular basis who are under pressure. But then the entire country's got a band together to deal with this problem because it won't go away. Now, there are 200,000 households exempt from the household charge. 200,000. You talk about disgraceful activity. I understand that at these socialist group meetings that you have, that you collect...
Deputy Halligan.
That you...
Order, please. Deputy Halligan.
That you actively collect a €50 charge for a fighting fund. Is it €5 or €50 you collect for a fighting fund in case there are any legalities involved here? I want to say to you, Deputy Higgins, the best antidote to social welfare is a job, because a job can transform a life. Now, what this government is about is trying to sort out our public finances, and I understand and commend the people for their patience in dealing with this, but put whatever resources we can into the creation of jobs and opportunities. Now, I attended last Thursday at a ceremony organised by Minister Shatter, one of many that he's organised, where 2,500 people over 4 days stood to attention to our national anthem when they received their citizenship. And the joy and the excitement on their faces, their conviction and their belief in this country, if that was replicated by those in power and influence and in positions of prestige a number of years ago, this country would not be in the mess that it's in today. So you can take it, Deputy Higgins, you can continue with your socialist rant in here every week. As far as we are concerned, government is focused on its plan, on implementing its plan, and the job announcements that will come because of people's confidence in our country, both from abroad and because of the way we will shift the blockages to business and work being created, will give people in your own constituency the opportunity to go to work and have a career and have a job, and not have you coming in here ranting about Bram Stoker and austerity and 700 people down in the Tower Hotel. I understand all of that challenge, and that's the job of government to sort it out. There might come a day, Deputy Higgins, where you'd actually come in here and say something of a positive nature.
Come on, that concludes leaders'